All right, welcome. So let's talk about something we all do. We spend so much time, and let's be honest, money, getting the skincare routine for our faces just right. But what about, well, the other 90% of our skin? Today we are diving deep into that age disconnect. Why the skin on your body can sometimes look a whole lot different than your face, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it. So let's just get right to it. Have you ever caught a glimpse of your hands or your chest in the mirror and thought, wait a minute, that doesn't quite match my face? It is such a common thing, and trust me, there is a very real reason for it. But the best part? It's something you can totally manage and even reverse. And that brings us to our first big idea. This age disconnect is a real, scientifically backed thing. It's not in your head, and you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that different parts of our skin are playing a completely different game, facing totally different challenges every single day. I mean, think about it for a second. Which parts of your body are almost always exposed to the world? It's your face, of course, but also your neck, your forearms, and your lower legs. These spots are basically the aging hotspots. They get hit with this double whammy. You've got the normal internal aging process happening, plus they're constantly exposed to the number one cause of looking older than you are, the sun. But here's the thing. It's not just about the sun anymore. Oh no. Let's dive into some of the uniquely modern habits that are speeding up the aging process on our bodies, often in ways we don't even see happening. First up, tech neck. And yeah, it's a real thing, not just some buzzword. It's those very real horizontal lines that etch their way onto our necks from one simple, repetitive movement, looking down at our phones, our laptops, our tablets over and over again. And to really put that into perspective, get this. Studies show that the average American checks their phone about 80 times a day. 80. Every single one of those glances means you're bending your neck and creasing that super delicate skin. It adds up, and it adds up fast. So tech neck isn't just from your phone. It's more like a perfect storm. You've got that repetitive folding, right? That's happening on top of the natural loss of collagen and elastin that comes with age. Then you layer on any sun damage, and even the way you sleep, especially if you're a side sleeper, and bam, you've got the perfect recipe for those lines to stick around. Okay, moving on down the body, let's talk about strawberry legs, or what's technically known as keratosis pilaris. The cause is actually super simple. It's just a buildup of keratin, a protein in our skin that clogs up hair follicles and makes those little rough bumps. And the fix? It's just as simple. Chemical exfoliants like glycolic and lactic acid literally dissolve those plugs, leaving your skin surface so much smoother. Okay, we've laid out the problems, so now it's time for the fun part, the solutions. Let's build your complete anti-aging toolkit for your body, focusing on those hero ingredients that we know, scientifically, actually get the job done. And the single most powerful tool in this entire kit is, without a doubt, retinol. When you want to tackle wrinkles, fine lines, and just that uneven texture on your body, a good body retinol is your absolute secret weapon. Its main job is to kickstart collagen production deep down in your skin. So how does this stuff actually work? It's not magic. It's really just a simple two-step chemical reaction. First, you apply the retinol. Then, your own skin's enzymes do the heavy lifting and convert it into its active form, which is called retinoic acid. That's the molecule that tells your cells, hey, time to make more collagen. Now, one super crucial thing you have to know about retinol is that it's a marathon, not a sprint. You'll probably start to see some nice improvements in texture and fine lines within about 3 to 6 months. But for those really amazing collagen rebuilding results, you have to stick with it consistently for at least 6 to 12 months. Patience is everything here. So if retinol is your repair crew, then sunscreen is your 24/7 security guard. And here's why it is so critical. Research shows that a massive 80% of the visible aging on our skin is a direct result of sun exposure. Let that sink in. That one fact alone makes putting sunscreen on your body every single day completely non-negotiable. So what should you look for? It's easy. Just make sure it's SPF 30 or higher, says broad spectrum on the label. That means it protects from both UVA and UVB rays, and go for a water-resistant formula. That's a game changer for your hands. And the great news is that modern body sunscreens feel so light and non-sticky, you'll pretty much forget you're even wearing them. All right, we've got our toolkit, we know what ingredients to look for. Now let's get strategic. We're going to map out a head-to-toe plan, applying these awesome solutions to the specific zones that are crying out for a little extra help. So where do we tend to forget our skin the most? Well, the number one neglected area is the chest and décolletage, followed really closely by our hands and our neck. And isn't it ironic? These are the exact areas that are almost always exposed to the sun and the environment. Let's really focus on the hands for a minute because they have it so tough. They're constantly in the sun when we're driving, they get washed dozens of times a day, and the skin there is already super thin with very little natural padding. It's literally the perfect recipe for aging faster than anywhere else. The fix, though, is incredibly simple. You just have to start treating your hands the way you treat your face. Protect them in the morning with a good water-resistant sunscreen, and then repair them at night with a cream that has a retinoid. The sunscreen stops new damage in its tracks, and the retinol gets to work fixing old sunspots and plumping up the skin. Okay, we have covered the why, the what, and the where. So now let's put it all together into a complete, easy-to-follow routine that you can actually stick with. Here's your daily game plan. The morning is all about protection. A gentle cleanse, maybe an antioxidant serum like vitamin C, moisturize, and then the most important step, sunscreen on every single bit of exposed skin. Then, nighttime is all about repair. Cleanse off the day, apply your body retinol, and then follow it with a really good moisturizer to lock it all in. And if you want to speed things up, think about adding in a few weekly boosts. An exfoliating treatment once or twice a week will keep your skin super smooth and help all your other products sink in better. And if you really want to level up, at-home LED devices can give a serious collagen-boosting treatment to your neck and chest. So let's just end on this thought. The goal here is simple: to have skin that looks healthy and vibrant from head to toe so your 30-year-old face can finally match your 30-year-old neck, chest, and hands. And like we've seen, it doesn't mean starting a whole new complicated routine. It just means extending those amazing habits you already have a few inches south. Which brings me to my final question for you. Don't try to do everything at once. That's overwhelming. Just think, what is the one simple step from everything we just talked about? Maybe it's just putting a little retinol on the backs of your hands or remembering sunscreen on your chest tomorrow morning. What's the one thing you can commit to starting tonight? Because that one small change, that's where it all begins. Thanks for tuning in.